And off you go, Felix.
Yes, hello everyone, and welcome back to this version of this hint place. I forgot how to do intros again. I don't know what happened. This keep happening to me. Anyway, we're playing Mutant Year Zero today. With me today, I have Nightbites, Druttercup. I'm missing Shard. He's in chat.
Shard
He
in
had to
action.
do a thing for Father's Day. I don't know why. I just called mine and that was it. But and we all I love my dad. And we also have a new player joining us today. Welcome, Alex. We'll go through a bit of admin. Today will be not our usual session. Last we left off, our players were returning home, or our mutants were returning home to the Ark. Mutant Year Zero, I should mention again, is a post-apocalyptic game set in Sweden. Full disclosure, my book is in Swedish. None of the other players speak Swedish. There will be translating back and forth. It goes as it goes.
Yes.
If I occasionally look back, it's only because my cat is sleeping and I just got her and I love her to death. Anyway.
Worst case, yeah, you wave your cat around and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's do that and just
right. So, let's just go ahead and go on into it.
Okay.
So, last we left off, you just were cresting over a concrete hill or something, some such wonderful poetic thing as the sun set. I don't remember what time it was. It was setting behind the ark or whatever. You see, it was wonderful. We're going to cut away from that and instead do some fun admin things that we haven't done in a while because you've been out playing in the zone.
Yeah.
But since we have a new player, technically you have a player character that's in the ark. And that means projects. So actually I think I'm going to, right, so how project works, since it was a while ago since we did it, basically you step out of your player characters and you discuss amongst yourself what kind of projects you want to start. You can pick more than one, and then you can, during the session, once per player per session, you can make a roll to help or hinder a project, either the one you suggested or one that the other one suggested. Or you don't all need to suggest. You can just, like, I mean, the more concise you are, the faster you finish them, and stuff like that. You currently have one ongoing project, and that is the museum, which is which has one work point left on it. I also realized that we did leave off in the arc because you almost turned in Joey, but then you didn't. Anyway, yeah. I've forgotten. Usually I'm good and rewatch the end of previous episodes. I didn't this time. I've been obsessed with cats. Anyway, so
show us the cat.
Yeah. Oh, stretch.
Oh, big stretch.
Oh.
Okay, that's a cutie.
Oh, that was a very high-pitched little meow.
Yeah. She can barely. I sometimes I wonder if I bought a cat or a squeak.
Well, okay.
Anyway, so.
You've got a squeaky toy that cuteness. Periodically stands up, stretches, turns around, goes back to sleep. That's
yeah. Right. So, projects. I'm gonna bring up the list.
Snack-sized moggy.
I can't deal with this. I can't.
Oh. Well, it's the same with all new parents. You know, you sleep when they sleep. Oh no, wait, that means you would actually be comatose.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Projects. Do you remember? Like, did you already have like an idea of what kind of project you would like to do based on what we discussed the last time, or?
Bear in mind, we've got an Alex who wasn't in the last time.
Correct.
So if you could run down the outline.
I can run down the list.
The whole setup, and that will take some more time.
The thing is, there's a lot of projects, so if I run down the list, we will be here forever.
But perhaps if you run down the concept of projects and
Yeah.
outline it from
yes.
there,
That's actually what I was thinking more.
and what we've got already done or in progress, and what that means, we can perhaps sort of build up from there.
Yeah, of course. Right. So projects is basically things that are done. Yeah, of course. Fish is absolutely right. I was just testing you, Drat, to make sure that you're keeping up.
Yes. No, by all means, you test me. You absolutely test me. Just because I'm not
nice
running
catch
again.
there, Fish. You saw exactly what I was going for. Right. So projects are basically things for the mutants to improve their settlement, the Ark. There are a variety of different projects. Some of them require a certain development level to be able to even begin to even for you to fathom how to build them. And they basically, when they're done, they help improve the development level of the Ark as well. All of the different projects have different work points that needs to be worked off for the project to count as complete. And it varies a bit, but it's always based on the number of players. Which, congratulations, means the project just ticked up one for all of you. So now it will be a little harder to get it going.
Oh, good.
Yes, and basically, like, of course, your mutants aren't the only ones working on the settlements, but the game is kind of using your mutants as a way to gauge the average, I would say, engagements from the settlement. So you all make rolls, like you explain to me when you want to work off a point. You explain to me how you help with it, and you explain which skill you use. You roll that skill, and with the successes, you take off points.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Fair enough.
Questions?
Have you got the Arc sheet up?
No.
What is it? Why do I keep getting accused of cannibalism?
No one accused you of.
We're just suggesting.
I've read chat.
Okay.
I don't have the Ox sheet. I have in my notes. I have the development level and stuff written down. I leave the Ox sheets to your good gracious.
Okay,
but I have like the
fair enough.
development levels all written down and stuff. So if we and populations, if we lose those, I have those.
Okay.
So,
it's me looking
yes.
under year 0, and it's actually under Free League. You idiot.
The projects vary a bit. If you like, you can also just, for example, if you have like, okay, I want our arc to go in this direction, and I can find a fitting project for that. Like, I want more religion in our arc, and I'll suggest a temple, for example. Like if you have an idea and stuff like that.
You know, I can't think of any situation where we want more religion in our arc unless it's worshipping me.
True. I mean, you could build a temple and base it off the already Martin and Cat picture you have up.
Yes, I mean, if you are the avatar of Martin the Martin.
That's a thought. Good point. Yes, we could boost it off there. And I'm still happy with the way that came out. Of Lupa's fantastic artwork, of course. Which I then corrupted.
Lupa's artwork is amazing.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Okay, basically, Shard has been screaming tech in channel since we started.
What are our current arc stats? Because I'm pretty sure we've got culture to the 9s and nothing else.
Yeah.
No, you have technology kind of high as well. So far, the grub level is 2, the cultural level is 11, technology is 14, and warfare is 1.
Okay, so basically we need grub or warfare.
Yes.
Because
I'm thinking that we need to feed. Hang on, let's see if I can find the character so I can
We
at least
need
do some
to
of it
feed.
in character.
Also, by the way, there is a project you can do that's called Tyranny, which basically means that one boss becomes the the boss of the entire arc, and I'm not sure if I should have mentioned that, but that's a thing that
Really?
it increases warfare.
Oh.
Believe it or
Hang
not.
on, hang on.
Perhaps we need to ensure that the boss that we want to be
Yes.
the tyrant is in place as a boss first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that would probably be the best idea, because now you see I've been looking for Swan, and you see I've just found her, so that's okay. You see, that's absolutely fine. Tyranny
Right, so
is a goal.
we're dropping in character for this. Is that right?
Yeah, we may as well
Right.
for a little while.
If you say so, boss.
You need to bring the Night Hound in. Wave a pizza box in front of her every now and then for Goose's barking. Hello, Chrono.
Oh.
Hey, Chrono. No, she keeps hiding under her blanket at the moment because there's still fireworks going off.
Yeah, we've got them going at the moment. Great fun. Yes.
But right, yes.
So for Chrono and the benefit of the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, anyone who's just dropped in, we are determining our new ARC projects.
Yes.
For the benefit of society, so that I
Or the
can roll
detriment.
it more efficiently. Oh no, it will be for the benefit of society, it's just long term. Short term, it might appear to be to the detriment of individuals within that society.
It will be.
But once they're dead, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it will be on your term.
Exactly. Which is just the sensible way of doing things.
Right. Anyway, so far the only thing you have is you have a museum that is almost opened. It requires 1 point left to finish, but I figure we can roll for that once you have actually decided on other projects you want to start. But it would be a good idea to probably start a project.
Well, we need to feed folks, and we need to defend ourselves. So something that's going to up the combat ability of the arc's what we want, and something that's going to bring in more food, more grub.
So we need warfare and we need grub.
Yep.
We need
There's a couple of different ones. When it comes to grub, you can establish a hunting team. That will raise your grub level by a T6. It's very easy to do. It's only 4 work points, so that's potentially something that can be done in a single roll. There's also, you could do farming. That will up your grub by 3 D6s, sorry. But that also costs a lot more points. That's 12 work points that need to be worked off. So that's more of a slightly long.
Can I suggest that a hunting party with instant returns would be an excellent way to start? And we'd need some kind of experienced warriors out in the field. So perhaps one of Alona's bodyguards could serve to lead the party?
Surely you want someone that can hunt rather than just someone that can fight.
Surely one of Alona's guards could lead.
See,
the
listen, no,
hunting party.
this is still out of character. Stop it. Stop trying to force in a character introduction. I got this.
No, I wasn't actually. I was thinking of killing off her actual current guards.
Oh, her current one. Alona doesn't care.
I'm just playing.
She has food.
I know. That could be read so wrong, Felix.
We did already mention cannibalism.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. She has food. She has bodyguards.
The ferry shard will have a large area of deck space, if nothing else. The actual roof of the various components probably won't be flat. And it is also, I think, slightly on its side, isn't it?
Sorry? It's not on its side. It is.
Is it
forward
canted
facing,
over
but
a bit?
it's a little bit lopsided, not super much. It's straight enough, but there's also it's on land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just under a slight heel was the impression I got.
Yes. Yes, spot the person who
Yes.
knows boats. All right.
Sorry.
No, God, no. Use the right term by all means, please. Alona is actually the hero of this campaign. No.
But right, when it comes to food as well, like the low ones, either, like I mentioned, the hunting team,
Uh-huh.
the farmland, or pigsty. Those are the three that don't require any previous development to UN is a switch word. The development levels to increase, and they are wary in how good they are, but they also cost more work points.
Can I query?
Mhm.
What pigsty?
Hmm?
Where do we get the pigs?
It mentions that pigs and other ancient livestock,
Uh-huh.
live wild after the catastrophe and are mutated and meager, poor bastards. But they can be catched and become and serve the people.
So possibly once we've got a hunting party, we can use the hunting party to get pigs to bring to a pigsty that we've built.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not necessarily how it works. Like if you choose to do a pigsty, some mutants will go out and find pigs. Or you can make the
I was
hunting
just thinking in terms of headcanon, that seems a
Yeah.
logical
Yeah.
progression.
Fair.
Yeah, that works.
And if we're going to be thinking about sending hunting parties out, we really want a watchtower to keep an eye out for them both going out and
Yes.
coming back.
Yes, that's also one thing you can do. You need technology 5 to do that, but you already have technology 5, and that will up your warfare by 1d6, and it's also only 4 work points to get, so that's also a very easy thing you can do.
Okay.
It sounds like hunting party and lookout tower are the two on the cards. Alex, do you have anything you want to add to this? Anything you feel like the arc is needed? I know you're just joining in from nowhere, kind of, but
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm sort of like listening to those two over here just rambling along, and I'm like, what the heck is going on actually? So nothing much to add until I get the feel of the arc.
that's very fair.
Yep.
I think from my perspective as to how this segment works, whereas when we go out into the zone, that's very much the role play side of it. This is more almost like an RTS.
Yeah,
This is
but
more of
like
a downtime.
I just joined in, so my knowledge of the game is literally limited to reading a few
That's
things about it
Yep.
a few hours ago and talking to Felix
Yeah.
yesterday.
That's very
So
fair.
I would rather wait and see how this plays out and let you two decide, as you got a bit more game knowledge and meta knowledge than I do. So I would rather wait for the roleplay part to happen so I can just get into the game properly.
Yeah, that's very fair. Like to be fair, like the first time we did projects was when we were 3 sessions in as well. So there's no pressure on you. But awesome, cool. This will be more of like a downtime sort of session anyway, since you're back in the arc. But we'll make sure that there will be role play. No worries about that. Right. Are those the two you want to stick with, or do you the lookout tower and the hunting party?
I think hunting party, then lookout tower.
It doesn't matter which order.
Oh,
But,
okay.
those are the okay. Awesome. Let's see.
I think if we try and add any more,
Okay, I want to add something on this. I think it's Watchtower then Hunting Party, because you have to have the Watchtower in place by the time the parties go out if you want to protect them, I guess.
yeah,
I mean,
technically they all could be finished in the same time. You could all work on different projects.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Let's see. Give me a second, and I'm. Hello.
No, so Lupa has just put in a
There's not-
completely cursed concept regarding what Mr. Moon is up to at the moment.
Oh God.
Oh
Give me-
God, I'm now just thinking
There's
of
al-
him digging holes and weeding with his face hands.
I don't wanna think of Mr. Moon when Shard isn't here to force me to think about Mr. Moon.
Okay. Indeed, that sounded really cursed, but it's okay.
yeah. If you haven't
I'm
caught up
gonna
on
play
the
pretend that didn't happen.
that probably has happened. If you haven't caught up on the
Not on
Mr. Moon
my
face
watch.
hands, then you're in for a treat.
Oh, I know about them. I've seen them come out to play in the past sessions, but still I don't want to know about weeding stuff with hand faces. That's a bit too much for me to handle on 3 hours of sleep, okay?
Entirely understandable.
Right. Okay. So, I'm going to start with you, Alex. Since you are technically you've been in the Ark while these have been out with their thing. Would you like to work on any of these projects? And in that case, which one would you like to work on? What are you doing? And what kind of role would you like to do?
Okay, so I was thinking that being a bit called out by Drat earlier, I could do the hunting party once because she wants me to go that direction. She wants me off of her hands as soon as possible. So I can go out hunting
Okay.
to tickle her fancy. So I think I will
Fantastic.
take the role of guarding the hunting party and being a huntsman as well if needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, it's more a question of like establishing it, making sure that you have the right people. But can you please roll either endure or shoot for me, please? Whichever you prefer.
Let me get back into the thingy because I closed it. So
Yeah, that's fine.
hang on 1 second.
I'm actually going to bring up your sheet as well
out.
so I can help you.
I just realized that I didn't properly fill that in except for what we talked about.
Yeah.
So hope that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So which one
Uh,
should I roll?
You have a choice either between endure or shoot, but considering your skills, for shoot you have 2 dice. For endure you have 8 dice.
Okay. Please tell me the color. I'm big dumb right now.
Right. So for rolling endure, you're going to want to do 5 yellow ones and 3 green ones.
5 yellow and 3 green. Okay. Let me see.
Go ahead and roll those.
So I got something. I don't know what that means. So
are any of them radioactive symbols?
One of them is. Yeah.
That's a success. Are any of them the biohazard?
Yeah, 2 of them are.
Yeah, those are ones. Those only matter if you want to push your roll. You always have a choice when it comes to your skill rolls that you can push your rolls. But what that means though is that you keep all of your 6s and you keep all of the radioactive and you keep all of the biohazard and you get to re-roll all your other dice. But you will also take damage from the biohazard ones.
Okay.
However, one success is still a success, and that means you will lower the work point by 1. If you'd like to push it to potentially get more successes, you can, but you will take damage.
Sorry. I think I will go with this for now.
Awesome. Okay, so basically, Sage, your character, begins help to set up. You begin using Endure. You begin like gathering people and basically looking around to see who else is hardy and willing to go out for a hunting party. Cool. 3 points left on that one. Also, all of you, before I forget, Drut and Knight, you each get to add 2 mutation points because we are beginning a new session, so you get 2 mutation points.
Cool.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Alex, you get 1 mutation points.
Okay.
Oh
yes.
wow! I'm gonna have to start using.
Just make sure
mine
to
'cause I'm
track
dropping
that somewhere.
out.
I officially need to start using mutation points right now.
Yes.
That was an evil little yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. The other of you two, what would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to focus on the watchtower principle.
Okay.
I
don't
am
know why-
wondering, because we've been setting Joey to clean the museum. That's kind of what we decided on.
Yes.
I
That
am
was
just,
indeed.
I am just wondering how good Joey's sensors are. Whether we could use Joey in the watchtower, but
You gather they're probably not that long.
okay.
They're meant to find dust within an approximation of half a meter.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and not really a scout for mutants coming back.
Okay, in that case, what Swan is going to do is she's going to scout around the upper decks of the surface of the boat, of the ship, to find the most elevated position, and working out how to make it safe.
Awesome. Roll me a scout, please.
Okay, dib, freaking dib. My scouting is... I actually have it, that's a plus. I love my new dice, by the way. I do love my new dice. And my wits are 3, I believe. Yes, so 3 wits and 1 skill point with my new metal dice. Oh, God, as you can tell.
Thunk.
Yeah, thud. So, that's 1 success, and that came off the stat. Off the skill, sorry.
1 success?
Yep.
Would you like to push it?
Yeah, what the hell.
Go ahead.
So, I can choose to re-roll any number of dice, yeah?
All of them except unless they have 1s on the attribute dice or 6s.
Okay, so that one gets 6 one side, and there you go. That's another success, so a total of 2.
2 successes.
And do I take stress from this, or something like
Did you get any 1s on the attribute dice?
Yet, no.
No, then you're fine.
Okay. Oh, I've got the point of fatigue damage showing from last session. Is that still there, or is that...
Yes, that's still there.
Okay. That's cool.
Awesome. Cool. Knight, what is Rayma doing?
Well, Reimer was going to look at the watchtower with. Well, it wasn't where Swan was going to. He's got absolutely no skills that would apply to the museum. He's got nothing he can contribute there. So
a museum. Roll for museum would be a comprehend.
That's a wits check. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Fair enough. Yeah, let's just leave that to Mr. Moon. He'll figure it out next time he's here.
That would be a straight wits roll.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, would you like to
So
the hunting party or the watchtower?
Given Reimer's interest and focus on things outside the arc and out in the zone, I think hunting party is where we're going to go on that one.
Awesome. The hunting party will either be endure or shoot.
So about the watchtower then.
Yes, that's going to be either a scout.
That's more like it. I can scout. I have points in scout.
Yeah.
Either a scout or endure. So I'm assuming
so,
scout.
Yes, we're going the scout route. I thought maybe the hunting party might include scouting as well. But, right, so this is a scout roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's take that out. Take that out. Oh god, scout is on. Let's. Okay. Jury says no.
No successes?
No successes, and given that there are 2 1s, I am not going to push.
Fair enough. Right. As you currently stand, the Skipper Martin, the Martin's Museum of Marvels, still has 1 point left. The hunting party still has 3 points left, and the watchtower still has 2 points left. Awesome. Sorry for starting off with just going into mechanics, by the way. I probably should have, given it Alex first thing, I probably should have started with the role playing. But that's fine. This is what we're
At
doing.
least you could have given me a bit of a quick rundown of mechanics, because I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, listen,
I'm still getting used to the dice roll system,
I'm
because that's a
very
bit
sorry.
like different from what RPGs I usually play,
Yeah, like
and how their mechanical system works.
in general, like Mutant is always very kind of like dice light. Generally, you just do things, and I might just give you things. Like very rarely do you, for example, roll for finding a secret door. You just look for a secret door, and you tell me where you look, and if there's a secret door there, I'll tell you. So it's more like descriptive in that kind of sense. And if anything requires a roll, I'll tell you. So generally, just tell me what you like to do and stuff like that. So I'm going to now, Alex. Why don't you actually go ahead and tell us, first and foremost, tell us who you're playing and describe your character and what your character is currently doing.
Okay, so my character is a former guard that took leave from guarding the bosses once one of their friends died. Uh, right now they decided to get security of the Ark in their own hands, seeing that they've had experience with guardsmanship and security over the time in the Ark. So they gathered some friends that worked together with them before and formed a sort of private security company thingy that takes care of all the threats within or from outside the Ark.
Yeah. Basically,
And
what you have.
I should mention their name as well, because
Yes.
I just noticed that I didn't. So the character's name is Sage, and that might or might not be a reference to a very popular video game that is currently happening, but I'm gonna let you figure out what that game is.
Would you
Just
also
as
like
a
to
trivia item.
Would you also like to describe what they look like and what kind of pronouns they use, please?
Well, I guess the pronouns are already clear, as I've used them quite a few times in the past paragraph or so, but they are pretty, like, they are large, like they are very tall and pretty well built, let's say so, not to step on anyone's toes with that. But they are a former weightlifters, so they are pretty big.
Yeah, pretty stocky. Yeah, sure. Right.
And I guess, like, you could just say that they can blend, that Sage can blend in. They're not like, they have nothing out of the ordinary for an Ark inhabitant.
Yeah. No, like big, visible, clear mutations or scars or anything like that. I assume.
The only thing that is still visible from her human like form before mutating is a tattoo of a lotus on her neck, on their neck.
I
Sorry.
should mention, I'm very sorry if I haven't mentioned this before. You're born mutants.
Okay.
You have
I
to
thought
be...
we mutated from
No.
something. You should have told me that before.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's fine.
Yes, basically, you've all lived.
Okay,
in
then ditch the tattoo. Then there's nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, let's ditch it for now, because I put that into the backstory of the character that now I have to scrap a big part of, because you just told me that.
Yeah, you haven't sent me the backstory, so I couldn't have told you before. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just built it like a few hours ago. Like, okay, technical details that are not really important right now.
Fair enough. But all right. Okay. So, right. I completely lost what I was doing. We're playing Mutant. Hello.
I'm suddenly having a flashback. You're going to start saying hello to tape recorders in a minute. Okay. Right. So the hunting party has Sage on it.
I mean,
I'm
not necessarily all the
clambering
time
around.
because like it's not done. It's still very much being worked on. No one has actually gone out and hunting anything
Okay.
yet.
Uh-huh.
But people
I
have
have to
started.
ask something before we go forward with the hunting party.
Yeah.
Like one of my traits is the fact that I have the group of friends that work with me.
Yeah.
Can they come along
Yeah.
for the hunting party or not?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like,
Once again, the hunting party is like a project that the arc has. It's something that you as the people, not necessarily as the character, will kind of set up to. Sorry, I'm getting
yes,
distracted by
but
the cat.
okay.
That is being set out by the arc and is going to be a consistent thing that to make sure that you always have food, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. But why I asked that is because I don't know how projects fully
Yeah.
work. So I wanted to make sure that I can use whatever my character has to offer to
Yeah.
get the project done,
I
or
I
if I'm restricted in any way.
Yeah, I think basically what happens is that you, as this kind of leader of this little mercenary security team, decides that you will help with this hunting party, and so all of you will kind of take turns going out to the hunting party once it actually properly is established.
Well, pretty much they have no choice.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a choice, but why would they not help me help the arc?
Yeah, no, exactly. So like all of you in I think there are three of you, including you, in your little group.
We were supposed to be four.
Yes, it was
Three
supposed to be
plus me. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you kind of decide that a good way to protect the ark is also to make sure that they actually have food. So the hunting party is still being discussed. You still haven't found all of the like you because you realize you probably need a zone stalker as well. So you're still working on it. It's still being like still in the talks, but your group decides that you're
Well,
going
the
to.
group is pretty much going by the creed that if the arc survives, they survive. So whatever it takes to make the arc survive will be their duty to take care of. So
Yes.
that's pretty much how the group will go forward when handling certain tasks
Yes.
for the arc.
Yes, exactly, and also making sure if you do the thing with take container, you can also make sure that you still have the opportunity to take the freelance work that you have, because that's a good way to earn
Well,
bullets.
that's why we are four. Not all of
Yeah.
us will be at any time, like all of us will be in one task. Some of the others can go off screen, to say so, and do their own thing, while some of the group is involved in tasks that
Yes.
are directly impacting the group.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Okay. Cool. Cutting back to right. Actually, I'm going to. Sorry, this is very discordant. I should have thought this through more, but I haven't.
I don't know. You had an extra week and everything.
I know, but I
Kitten.
can't.
I might not be the best player right now because I'm gonna ask a metric ton of questions
That's
and
That's
be a
alright.
pain, pretty
Right.
much.
Is
Right.
the cat? Is the cat there? Is the
Cat is currently taking up half of my seat and purring. Uh,
Okay, I'm vicariously living through Felix right now.
Oh,
Okay, ooh, there goes
kitten mug.
there goes a
Right.
little head.
right. Anyway, so you're going to have a bit more downtime now before heading out to dark again.
Yeah.
What is Swan doing? You just got home from the Ark. You've returned joy to the museum.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I am making sure of the security of my den. Resetting any traps I've got set around my little VW bug.
Yes.
Does she have the ability to set traps? Who knows? Sorry. Apologies. I feel like I'm talking slightly strangely. I've got a cut on my tongue, so I'm kind of feeling
Yay.
a bit weird at the moment.
That's right.
So I apologise if I sound like I'm being a bit awkward, but I'm not. Now you sent me a message with my actual mutations in.
Yes, I did. Correct.
About a week ago.
Okay, I think
otherwise
we
known as
discussed
2
that as
hours.
well, right, Felix? Before we go ahead. Sorry, Rod.
That's fine.
About the mutations, I think I have them in my DMs as well, right?
Yes,
Felix?
correct.
Okay. Then I'm fine.
Can I use them covertly?
Define.
If, say, I was lurking in the bar
Yeah.
with Alona and her cohorts,
Mm-hmm.
could I release the irritational spores into that environment and then depart swiftly enough that nobody notices me?
Yes, it will require a sneak roll.
Okay.
But you may. How? Okay, right. Okay, let's make this a little scene. Are you alone, or have you brought anyone with you?
Oh, I'm alone.
You are alone, of course you are. Right. Okay, and you would like to burn 1 mutation point to release spores?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll a single d6 for me, please, to see if
Okay.
your mutation decides to crap out on you or not.
Ah, yes. Bloody hell. 6.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Pointing-
Sorry about the cathud. These things
alright.
are weighty little sods.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Okay,
Or sneak.
so I am rolling a sneak, which is 1 of the skills and 4 points of agility. Oh, cool. I W the die that rolls 6s. That is 2 successes.
That's 2 successes. Cool. I realize I need to roll as well.
Well, yeah.
And
And I will burn a mutation point to do this.
What's a good way to do this? The entire bar?
Well, I'm not trying to make out that Alona can't keep her bar clean of strange contaminants, but I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see how it is. That's fine.
It's the equivalent of sneaking and setting off a stink bomb.
I'm going to roll 4 attribute dice and 3 skill dice. This represents every single person in the bar.
Okay.
And she has people that are, including Alona, who has pretty okay wit, and including some of her cohorts who do and do not. I think that's a pretty good even. Plus, this is a mutant, so anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to push. Because I can also do that. How many successes did you get?
2.
2. Just got 3.
Rats.
But I did get 1. I did get a 1 on one of those.
Uh-huh.
So, right, okay. Could you just quickly describe how your spore works?
Right. I have hidden spore sacs in my body. Specifically, in Swan's case, she has slits down the side of her nose, and essentially her spore sacs live inside her sinuses.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Chrono. Yeah, wasn't the greatest one I ever rolled.
Okay.
And when she deploys her spores, basically the slits open and just almost, she doesn't quite sneeze them out, But that's sort of the thing we're doing. She, a hefty breath out through the nose and disperses, and then they shut.
Okay. I think what happens is I'm going to allow you. Like, who are you? Who are you trying to target? Are you trying to target Alona? Are you trying to target one of her goons and
No,
anyone?
I am trying to target any groups of people who are having a good time in the bar.
So you're trying to target patrons specifically.
I am.
Cool. Awesome. Right. You release your spores and quickly, but subtly, you are good at
Perfect.
sneaking.
Yeah.
Start making your way out of the bar, and this what's the word? Vicious? I don't know. These disgusting spores starts filling the air with like a, I would say like a yellowish green.
They make the victim's ears sting? No. You have to have a very special mutation with your eyes in your ears. Make your victim's eyes sting and the skin itch.
Yeah. You basically
It's only
see
a point of fatigue damage, though.
Sorry?
It's only
Fatigue
a point of fatigue.
Sweet. Right. You see a bunch of the patrons in the bar start coughing and itching the eyes. And you see the bartender, Tech, lock eyes with you as you walk out. You have definitely been noticed. And he goes, "Hey, hey!"
I am not reacting, and I am just casually strolling out because he's clearly not talking to me.
Right. Okay. Cool. The patrons are all beginning to cough really bad, and one of them falls to the ground, and it's just tears streaming down their eyes. As Tech kind of starts banging on the wall next to him. You haven't seen Elona's main bodyguard yet. You haven't actually seen Elona either. But there's a commotion going on, and you have been noticed, but there doesn't seem to be any immediate repercussions, at least.
Right.
And you escape from the bar without much.
Yes, I'm going up onto deck, and if anyone asks, I left because my eyes started watering.
Of course. Raymer.
Yes.
What are you doing?
On any specific occasion, or generally speaking?
Either or, honestly. If you like, it all depends on how much time you want to spend it in the arc. That's all up to you. Why don't you tell me? Do you do anything special immediately after getting back from the trip out in the zone, or?
After getting back, probably a little bit of rest, to be brutally honest, because I've got a point of strength damage to deal with.
Yes.
So probably limping a little, or I can't remember where I was hit. Was it a hit on the arm, leg?
Leg, I thought.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was leg. So
yeah.
Rest up a little bit,
But
once recovered from that, there'll be an amount of lurking in and around the bar, socializing whenever it's appropriate to do so. But also trying to build relationships and friendships with the zone stalkers.
Right.
And try and work on a bit of a kinship.
That's awesome. Very cool. Right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm actually just going to look up how you properly get rid of stuff like that. There we go. Right. To heal trauma, to heal the trauma, you need to get 4 hours of rest. So that's easily a thing you can do
4 hours.
before doing anything else. It doesn't necessarily need to be a day, and you need to eat food. So if you want to get strength back, you need to eat 1 ration of food.
Okay.
What were you missing, Rut?
You had some damage?
Right. 1 fatigue on agility.
Agility,
Yeah.
yes. You need 1 point of water. One
I've
water
got-
and for some rest.
Okay,
But yes, right.
I will do that then.
Cool. Yeah, you take a moment to rest up. Now that you're in the arc, it's fine. A day doesn't pass. Like we're still on day one. Sure.
Okay.
Another thing that I'm looking for to pick up is a decent knife,
Decent knife.
because at the moment my only cutting implement is a scrap knife,
Alright.
Oh,
Yes.
good point.
and I'm looking for something that's a little more knife-like.
To be fair, scrap knives are basically the only thing you have access to,
Okay.
unfortunately. Weapons aren't very well developed, and there is no longer a mass production of knives, unfortunately.
Obviously, yeah.
So the only knives that are available are ones that are hobbled together. But you mentioned you wanted to hang out more with Stonestalkers, and there is a Stonestalker room. It's the first room you enter when going in and out of the zone. The zone, yeah, the zone on the arc. So you head down there again, and you actually meet Brog. Brog being the Stonestalker that Gamel shot through the spine. He's sitting in one of those, beach chairs that are incredibly destroyed. It's white with a red cross on it. Don't know what that means. And got some holes in his stuff. And he's sitting down next to the map that's laid out on the Stonestalker in the Stonestalker room on the table there. And when he sees you walk in, he actually looks up and goes, Raymer, right?
Yeah.
Right, you were just out, weren't you? You and the other ones.
We were.
I've been checking over the map, and I've realized that we're actually not that organized when it comes to, like, now that we actually started, broadening our horizons. I was thinking, if you found anything, could you fill it in on the map, and so the rest of us, or well, the other ones knows what we're getting into, and to kind of know where we should go and where we shouldn't go. There's already some markings, but most of them beats me.
I'll take a look up at the map and see how many zone stalkers have put marks up there.
There are marks already on the map. None of them seems to be in a language you understand. Actually, Jot, if you could switch to the map on the stream, that would be
sure.
very helpful.
Yeah. So. This would be really useful if I hadn't taken the map down. Give me a sec.
That's fine. In due time.
Right. You want the proper one, don't you?
Yes, the proper one, please.
Hey.
And it's also somewhere in the Discord. But there don't seem to be any new markings you've seen so far. You don't notice anything new. And Braga sees you looking a little bit at this and kind of goes, because you were gone for a day. I don't think anyone else has gone any further than a couple of people are still getting used to this. They haven't really gone far yet. You might. Where did you go?
Well, now can I read the map well enough to understand where we went?
Yes, you know that you headed east, and
we went along the river to a bridge. Now, just the other side of that bridge, right there, there was a nest of ghouls that we wiped out, and that's pretty much when we turned around and came back again.
Right.
It was a fairly heavy fight.
You see Brog bring out a crayon that he has playing around.
Brog's got the Crayola.
Yeah. And kind of just marks a little X where you point, and in very shaky handwriting writes ghouls.
Well, like I say, we wiped out the nest, so there's no ghouls there now, but that's where they were.
He scratches it out again.
When I say we wiped out a nest of ghouls, I mean none were left breathing. We wiped them out.
Assuming ghouls breathe.
Like proper ghouls.
Yeah.
Like proper ghouls.
Like proper ghouls.
How many?
I counted 10.
Jeez. Well. Yeah. Okay. Right.
We don't mess around.
Yeah. No. I know. I know.
So, how is your spine?
You're not there.
See, I wasn't there to make that conversation.
He's.
I wasn't going
Well,
to make that conversation.
I mean,
at all.
so far he hasn't stood up.
Poor bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we brought him back. We only
Martin
bumped
makes a
him
suggestion.
little bit.
Yeah.
If you know who's going out, it's worth marking on there what teams are going where, so you can see where they've gone. That way, we're not sending two teams to the same place on the same time.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So
Yeah.
not only are you tracking what they find, but who's gone where.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you find anything else except the zone, or just zone goals?
Zone ghouls. There's an area just about there with a bunch of stuff that might be worth looking to bring in, maybe. A lot of it's been scavenged and pulled apart already, but someone with a more a sort of mind with a knowledge of taking things apart and putting them back together might find something of use, but nothing outstanding.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. He takes out like another piece of paper that I got around. It looks like some form of old faded brochure. It's mainly white at this point, and he kind of scribbled something on it. Right. If you figure out something else, tell me. I'm kind of just staying put here at the moment.
Makes sense. Yeah, if you're coordinating this lot, then I'll definitely be feeding into you as to what we find.
Well, I guess I am now. No one else seems to be doing it, so.
And anything that helps all the zone stalkers ultimately helps the arc, so I'm down for that.
Awesome. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Thanks. I'll check with a couple of others and see if anyone has any gearheads willing to head out as well. Especially if you've already been there and kind of cleared the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the things like we got down below that we all sort of bunk up in. There's a lot of those things sort of stuck out there just in a flat area.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, okay. He makes another little note. Cool. Yeah, Meat is going bananas on a map. Right. Okay. Alex, do you have anything in particular you would like Sage to do at this moment, or?
They're at their home right now, prepping up to go out, preparing weapons, and just having a nice discussion with the group on what to do and
Right.
what everyone has to. What everyone has to do while they will be out hunting.
Right.
So I think that would be for now the plan of action. Just hanging out with the crew and prepping up for the upcoming going out into the zone mission.
Yeah. Right. Fair enough. Yeah. There's some prepping. You all go through your things. Did you have names for your group? Or I'm fine with adding.
I didn't think about it, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's
if you
totally fine.
have any, like, I don't mind if you come up with names as we go. So I haven't thought of them as that important to make that. They're just friends of Sage's that are helping them out with stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right. You have this little discussion, and two of them decides to head out and see if they can find more people willing to join up with this hunting party. They're still trying to gauge interest in whoever would be, because like it's still risking a bit going out to the zone to get food, and unfortunately, some mutants are more selfish than others. Don't understand why. But one of them, her name is Mimosa. She generally goes by Mim. She's also just like you, very
Okay.
broad-shouldered, very tall, and her hair is stark green, like a very,
What a
very
fitting name, then.
yes,
What
a
an
very,
absolutely fitting name.
a very dark green, and her skin is also kind of like almost like a yellowish green as well. And she has several like thorns and stuff, and like little spuds sticking out in various points of her body. And yeah, she actually, quick question. How long ago did you establish this little group?
Well, we've known each other for most of our lifetimes in the arc, so
Yeah, yeah,
we've met each other since really early in our young adulthood. So
yeah,
we've known each other for at least 10 years before getting together as the group. So in total, it is somewhere along the 20 plus years
yeah,
of friendship.
yeah. Okay. And how long ago was it since you established the
The
group?
group is rather new.
Like,
The
are we
group
talking?
as it is right now.
Yeah.
The four of us.
Are you talking like a year, or are you talking a week?
I'm talking about 2 or 3 years before the current events.
Okay, right.
So we don't have an established date of the group, but the
Yeah.
first time we worked together was on something on a mission we had 3 years ago. So we go by that
Yeah.
when talking about ourselves as the group we are today.
Yeah, and I also picture kind of the entire thing, because you probably weren't the only one who left alone, and a couple of you probably also worked with. For example, Mimosa, I can say she used to work for Alone as well, and you
Well,
both
the
kind of
the four of us that right now form the group are all former employees of Alona.
Okay,
But we decided to leave her when one of our friends was killed while out in the zone. So we thought that that's not gonna help us on the long run if we kill ourselves off one by one working for her. So now we decided to just go with whatever jobs we can get around the arc.
yes, all right. And so Mimosa kind of walks up to you after having this discussion, and she goes, right. I was asked by. I figured I'd just run this past you, as you know this is the organizer. You know, Crow talked to me about potentially doing a job, not out in the zone, but like close to the arc. He mentioned that there's been like a couple of mutants who's been found dead, and he kind of just wants to know how and when they died. No, not how, but like who killed them. Um, like if there's a monster or anything that's walked too close, we should obviously take care of it, and if there's someone from the arc, we should probably take care of it as well. I just was wondering, do you want me to take it, or should you take it? Or I've already said to Crow that one of us will do it. Figured we might as well.
I think you should take one of the guys with you and probably go check that out.
Yeah.
Because maybe there are some things to scavenge from there. Maybe there are some things that would help us become even more well suited for defending the arc.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's something out there that's going closer to the Ark, if it gets here, there might be even worse things. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But think about it. The arc is just our goal. We have to first get whatever we can gather to make that goal achievable. So stay safe out there and grab whatever you can and bring it back here, and we'll sort it out and see what we can use and what we can throw away.
of course, of course. Yeah, I'll talk to some of the others. And she kind of nods and heads off.
I would just need one of you uh, going forward, so you can take the other guy with you if you need support. I think you two could handle that, as I've seen you before at work. So I'm confident that you two can handle that honorably.
Yeah, I think right now since we don't really know where or how, I think we're just going to have a bit of a patrol outside, like just dark, and see if we find anything.
And if you see anything, take all the notes possible. I want to know everything that's happening in there. How many dads, who, why, where, when. I want to know as much as possible before sending you out.
Yeah, what Crow told me, I think they mentioned two people had turned up, two mutants had turned up dead. Don't quite remember though. Yeah, that's all I know for now. But we'll check it out.
So, two mutants died. Okay. Are we having any details to work with on how they died or where were they found?
They were
Because that
found.
would help us a bit.
Yeah, they were found just outside of the Ark. Crow
Okay, but
said they had
that's really
been.
vague. You know, man. Like,
I mean, I could show where she pointed to, but
could you do a mapping out of the area? Like that would be a mission that I would personally send you on, as you're one of my most trusted uh, fellows. So I need to have things mapped out before sending any of you out, because right now we are in a position where we cannot afford to lose any manpower. So I would rather have you scout from a distance and see what's happening, because you are one of the best scouts I've ever met. So
thanks.
I would rather have you be looking out for what's happening there from a distance than sending you in with someone else and taking the risk of getting you both killed. Because right now, you are the one I definitely cannot afford losing, and your talents have proven time and time again that you might have what it takes to take my place whenever I want to back down from this crazy stuff that's happening in the art.
Thanks. That means a lot.
Always tell someone who's beneath you in the organisation that they can replace you, because that never leads to any kind of trouble. Always make sure that you know that they can step into your shoes should you fall down with an unfortunate knife in the back.
She kind of scratches one of her spuds and goes, "Thanks. Yeah, no, that means a lot to hear." As far as I understood it, like it wasn't very far outside of the Ark, only like a couple of meters, which is why Crow is fuss about it. Yeah, we'll stay within reach of the Ark, and we won't, do anything stupid. We'll just wait until we see what it is. If that's if that's what you want.
That would be a good start for it. Gather as much details as you can and relay all the details back to me. Once you think you've gathered enough to comfortably send someone out.
She nods, and then she kind of she She nods and then she heads out. Cool. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Okay. On the spot of sabotage, I would like to work on the museum.
You can't. You can only do one per session.
Well, bollocks. Okay. You know that cobbled together trolley we were using?
Sorry?
You know that cobbled together trolley we were using?
Yeah.
I think that might be beneficial if we make that a little bit more stable and solid,
Uh-huh.
so that it's in less danger of falling apart
Okay.
as and when. So
Right.
that might be either talking to a gearhead or having a go myself. I suspect a gearhead is going to be the way to go because I don't do welding.
Right, and you know of a gearhead in the Ark. I mean,
Yeah.
there were a couple, but there is one in particular that unfortunately lives kind of close to you.
Yeah, there was one that lives on the car deck, wasn't there?
Yes. His name is Saab.
That was it.
He is not a loud person, but he has a tendency to have loud projects.
Yeah. It's
With
probably one of the few things I do on a regular basis is stuff the lining between the inner skin of my Volkswagen and the outer wall with anything soft that I can find. By way of
It usually doesn't
soundproofing.
help. It's incredible how much vibrations can scurry around a car deck.
Considers a shock mount for my car.
But you know where to find him at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's face it, it's going to be easy enough.
You go to his workshop, and it appears to be locked.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Would I normally expect to find him here this time of day?
Yeah, like you, from gathering from the sound, you rarely see him outside of the workshop.
Huh. How locked is it, and how hard is it to unlock lock things?
How locked is it? There is, it appears to be like some form of weird construction involving an iron beam, another iron beam. Remember the thing we did with in Witcher? Kind of like that. It seems to be some
Okay.
form of with like some extra. Like you thought just the iron bar would be enough, but there seemed to be some extra stuff on it. And given your traps,
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Okay. I will hammer on his door.
you hammer.
Is he the one who lives in an RV?
Sorry?
Is he the one who lives in a mobile home?
I don't think we established that, but I'm... No, he's living in a container. No, I have to make it a container. He's living in a container. Sorry.
What is it with containers this last week?
I don't know.
Everybody's
Listen, I've slept in
living
one.
in
It was
them.
terribly cold.
Only time I've been in one, I nearly roasted.
Well, when it gets winter. Anyway, not winter, but it was light. Anyway, so you knock on it, and there's a nice, like, resounding metal sound that you've heard many times before, unfortunately. But there's no response.
Okay. Right. Let's do
You-
this logically.
You hear, psst.
I shall glance in the direction of being pissed on.
You see peeking out from the container. You mainly just see eyes, a flash of scales, and a very small little mousy mutant. with like a hood off and a long coat covered in pockets. Um,
When you
you
say
recognize
little, how do you mean little?
you recognize this. This is one of the other Stormstalkers.
Okay.
You've had brief encounters with them.
Oh, have I?
And their name is Moth. Named so after one time having been spotted eating a moth.
Oh.
And they have little scales, and they go, "Are you you
Uh-huh.
you
I
look,
will drift in that direction.
you looking for Saab?
I was looking for Saab, Moth. Do you know where Saab is?
Yeah, well, me and there.
Well, I gathered that.
I mean, I know where he is.
How much?
What you got?
No, that's not how this works.
I know where Saab is, though.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know you know. My need is not terribly urgent. If your price is reasonable, you'll make yourself some bullets. If not, you get nothing except my irritation.
2 bullets.
2 bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Saab's location, I'll pull out the 2 bullets. And roll me a small favour. Just a small one.
3 bullets and a small favor.
Sorry, 2 bullets are all that's on the table right now. If you don't want them, that's fine. That's
Fine.
good.
Small favor.
So
And I
clever.
can say no.
Absolutely. I would never pressure anyone into doing anything they didn't want to. Okay, yes, I'll hand over the bullets. I've been good at taking
Sweet.
bringing me down to a mere 22.
Terrible.
A mere
A
22.
mere 22.
You hear you look as Moth puts the 2 bullets in 2 different pockets, and you hear clink clink from all of them.
Memo, pick Moth up at some point and shake him up.
No, there's a
Moth is in need of a shakedown.
also it appears to
Emptying a
have
piggy bank.
as you hand over the bullets. They pick up one with their hand, and the other one, the tongue shoots out to pick up the other one. Puts in the pocket.
Okay.
Before
Okay.
very poor time control on that one.
What happens if I spore ball over my bullets at some point? Would that count as basically pepper
Disgusting.
spraying them?
Can't do it in public. Ew.
No, I was just thinking of pumping spores into my pouch. Because logically, I'm immune to my own spores. And I could put irritational material all over them. Irritating snot spores.
Rude. Just Moth. What does Moth have done?
Just just as an anti-theft device, not specifically for Moth, but just in case anybody else gets.
Let's be honest, it's
enthusiastic.
usually an anti-Moth device. You.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Pepper spray.
He's up by the museum.
Oh. I'm not allowed to work on the museum. Saab's allowed to work on the museum. Fine.
Oh,
What's he doing by the museum?
he's not working.
Okay, that's what he's not doing by the museum. What is he doing by the museum?
Just seems to be looking.
Looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now. And they kind of start scurrying away.
Swan is the least intimidating character I have run in ever. And people are intimidated by her. I don't get it.
I think Moth is intimidated by everything. So.
But yes, if Saab is attempting to dismantle Joey, me and him are going to have words. And those words are going to be cough, cough, cough. Please stop stabbing me now.
That is assuming that the other words aren't "get this fecking dog off me."
Yes.
Right. What are you doing?
Yes, goose sick balls. So I am going to perambulate in the direction of the museum.
Right.
given that it's the museum we have instigated and filled, and it's bloody ours.
Yeah.
And I'm not having anyone messing with it.
Right. You start heading up to the museum. I thought we said it's like in the gift shop area, the previous gift shop area.
Yes, yeah, it's in the duty free,
Yes.
which,
Yeah, exactly.
which has good security built in, and gates.
Yeah. You start looking around. First, you look in the museum, and immediately, of course, you hear a little, "Hello, I hope your day is going well." As Joey kind of comes up to your leg accidentally, says those words.
Hello, Joey.
How's your day going? I hope you're doing well.
Yes, Joey, I'm doing well. Bless your little
Okay.
electric cart.
Commencing cleaning. Goodbye. See you in a bit. And
Uh-huh.
and he kind of it kind of backs out again and
Yeah.
commences its cleaning.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to have a look around and see if I can spot Saab anywhere.
It doesn't take you long.
If he's doing anything, it's going to be loud.
Actually, not. You look over, and you see sitting in kind of like a little chair. You see Saab, and he's sitting right opposite. Sorry, my cat is melting out of my crap. There she goes. You
Just
see him
below your
sitting
camera,
like
that's
right.
Oh, Tail! Hello, Tail.
You see him sitting right across from where the charging station is.
Okay.
And he's just sitting where Joey's charging station. And he's just sitting there looking.
Is he dead?
No.
Oh. I was half expecting to have to walk up to him and just gently push him, and he just keels over.
Well, he's not saying anything. His eyes are open, and he's just sitting there.
Okay, I'm going to sneak up behind Saab.
Roll a sneak.
Yep. Whilst making Google eyes at your kitten, I'm sorry. Oh, hellfire. I'm sneaking up on Saab.
Okay.
4.
Jesus wept.
I mean, admittedly, I was rolling 5. But still. It's a roll that won't mean a damn thing, therefore I have aced it.
Right. You sneak up and right behind Joey. Like you have to do like a little bit of a walk around, but
yeah,
no issues. You don't. Joey doesn't appear to be noticing you. What are you doing?
Right, I am approaching to Joey's left shoulder, and I will snake.
Joey, sorry, Saab.
Saab, sorry, not Joey. Sorry. I see. I'm so attached to Joey is the thing, and I'm going to
very attached to Joey.
I am going to snake my right arm over his right shoulder, in a semi-affectionate, if this had a knife in it, you'd be dead by now, sort of move. And I'm going to purr into his ear. And what are you doing?
Hello, Swab.
Okay, this is a self-control check I didn't see. Seeing anything interesting?
Yeah.
What?
Robot.
It's a very keen robot. Likes cleaning a lot.
Yeah. An interesting power source.
Yes, he's powered by the sky. As we found when we brought him back. So what are you doing with it?
I mean, could do a lot of good for the Ark.
Yes, and that's why we put him into the vault, with the understanding that he stay in the museum unmolested.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Percy told me.
Yes, and unmolested involves also powered.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Now, if you thought that you might be able to reverse engineer said power source without permanently dismantling it, then that might be something I could support. Alternatively, we could try and find another one, since we know where to look.
I mean, I'd like to try.
Well, I could draw you a map where we found Joey.
No, I'm not going out there.
Oh, no, you don't get out much, do you?
No. Why? I mean, all of you are doing it. And there's any reason to it. And he kind of leans back even further in his chair. It's also one of those beach chairs. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
This one.
Other than the sun lounges, this is just so weird.
Yeah, this one is. Fuck it, it got the Union Jack on it. And
Okay.
I'm too tired to remember the colours and how to describe them.
Same as everybody else, red, white, and blue. In
Yeah,
a
it looks
mixture
like
that no human
Norway's
can
flag
remember
with extra
to
things
draw.
on them. I'm going to remove the bell from my cat now before she makes too much noise.
We
Never
can't
mind,
hear
she
the
removed
bell.
herself.
Or I
Can't hear
can't
her.
hear the bell. We can't hear her. We can
Well?
hear the squeaking.
Yeah, that's because she's after my charging cable. Yes, like Saab is after the charging cable. Joey, you can't touch that. Show.
Have you got the wherewithal to buy some stuff? You know, the liquid you put on your nails to stop people biting their nails.
Ah.
Apparently, rub
Good
that
shout.
along cables.
Yes, what is it, darling?
That cat is too darn cute.
That cat
I
is
know.
ridiculously cute. Oh. It's the squealing. It's the give me attention now, possibly food. Oh. Athletic little hop there.
Yeah, she also has the loudest purse.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, just want a bit of
Yeah, we
attention.
knew we were doomed for this stream, frankly. There's a cat involved. I'm
Right.
impressed she's not been after you, the strings on your hoodie.
Oh, she
Yeah.
just goes for them all the time. She did earlier, but I think my mic's in the way. Right. So now she's gonna leave again. Right. Song. Right. Give me a second while I lower down again. Sorry, what conversation were we having?
Well, I was wondering about potentially helping you out finding another charger.
Yeah.
Because, of course, I do go out.
Mm-hmm. And you're very brave.
Yes. Of course, bravery does come at a price.
Mm.
And I think the price might be a large favour from you, if I find one.
Mm-hmm.
And agree to put it into the vault and therefore have it dismantled, which would give you access.
Yeah. He's still staring at the shot in dark.
Yes. Not that
You probably
one,
should
though.
have your. I'm assuming your positions haven't changed. So you're just behind him, talking in his ear, and you're just staring straight ahead,
Yeah.
completely ignoring the knife at his throat.
I haven't got a knife at his throat. If I had a knife at his throat, then that would be a different conversation.
Fair.
No, this is just a friendly arm around his shoulder while I whisper in his opposite ear.
Right.
Because that's not menacing at all.
Of course not.
It's fine.
Can you define a large favor? Like, do you need me to fix anything for you, or?
Well, at the moment I don't have any project in mind, but I think I'm going to. And yes, it will be along the lines of a small construction, I think. But it's nothing to worry about, not just yet. After all, we haven't found a charger yet.
It's going to be an interesting construction.
Oh, I think you might find it fascinating.
Because if I need to fix another scrap gun, I'm gonna scream.
Oh no, it'll be something. As I said, I haven't decided yet, but it'll be something you'll find interesting.
Fine.
Good. Glad to hear it. I'm going to start noting down who owes me what.
I'm not going to, so go ahead.
Right. You're not familiar with Neverwhere, are you?
Sorry?
You're not familiar with Neverwhere, are you? The Neil Gaiman thing.
No.
The character in there, the Marquis de Carabas, who deals exclusively in favours.
To be fair, I have played a lot of Vampire the Masquerade, so this is not uncommon talk for me.
Yes.
Like, is that a major favor or a minor
Yeah.
boon? Sorry, it's the proper
Yeah.
word they use in Vampire the Masquerade. It's a blood boon.
Yes.
Anyway.
So yes, as long as he's not actually trying to take it apart, and I'm hoping I've scared him a little bit into not doing that, I will leave him be.
Actually, roll me a manipulation.
Oh, I've not had to roll manipulation before. I mean, I have it, and I have it quite good.
Yeah, I was about to say. Do you mean Swan has manipulation?
Swan has only 1 point in manipulation. However, Swan does have 4 empathy. So I'm as good at this as I am at sneaking. Okay, right. So that's 3.
3 successes.
Yes.
Alright. Sob doesn't react in any way. Once again, loud noises. Quiet person.
I need a knife. This is not me saying it to him. I need a knife. Because I don't have anything to back these conversations up with. And I can't fight very well, so I'm thinking my best bet is to sneak up behind people and put something sharp and pointy in something they consider vital to their circulation.
Are you saying this to Sob?
No.
Okay.
So this is just her train of thought.
I'm getting the impression that's a similar sort of internal monologue to what Reimer had not that long ago.
Yeah. I'm going to go for a stroll back down to where you can buy such things, or we'll see if anyone's selling, and see if I can find myself a scrap knife.
Right.
Because I've got a hammer, but I haven't got a scrap knife.
Sure. I'm going to cut away from Swan a bit. Rayma, are you doing anything?
Since we're not going out, I'm going to spend a bit of time hanging out in the bar when it's open for social graces and such.
Yeah.
Not so much to drink. If I have to buy something, then it's going to last the entire time I'm there. Just that one drink.
Yeah, just remove a bullet.
But what I'm primarily there to do is see who comes in, who talks to who, and identify the movers and shakers.
Okay. Awesome. Right. You do that for a bit. I'm going to cut away again and head over to Sage. Are you doing anything, Sage?
I'm thinking of going out a bit, scouting, seeing how the spirits are, and whether or not I can find people to join the hunting party myself.
That's already progress. That's not anything you need to do, since that's part of like the role you did before. So you don't really need to do anything like that, and it's not going to help you, unfortunately, since the system is built the way it is.
And I don't know if I have anything good to do except getting weapons ready and just waiting for Mim to return.
Okay.
I'm just going to bub for a minute, so feel free to Skippy or whatever.
Yeah, I'm actually think we're going to take a break here.
Okay.
Since we're like almost 2 hours in, we might as well
You
take a
win.
little bit of break. And we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Oh my god, it's been already 2 hours?
Apparently so,
Jesus.
yes.
Yeah. Well, like 1.5.
Jesus, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. See
Absolutely.
you all in a bit.
Okay, yeah. Are we muted or off
No,
stream at least?
Drut's left the stream live, so if you need to go away and take a comfort break, if you mute
No,
your
I
camera
wanted to
and mic and
just tell Felix something that he should check out whenever he can.
I think Felix has probably
Related to
stepped
the
away.
game.
So yeah, I think Felix might have stepped away.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's
He
with his
already
camera.
noticed my DM on Discord, so it's okay. He found out what I had to relay to him,
Cool.
regardless. So it's okay. I'm gonna take a break myself. So be right back.
Fair enough. Then to save there being 4 grey screens, I'm going to sit here and look very nervously at the camera and try and either fill the space with words or pray to the gods that some of you got some questions that I might be able to answer. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here being very, very awkward.
Oh, before I go, I might have a question related to the game system.
Okay, system
Like not
mechanics. probably not.
no, like the universe, in universe settings. Are there any other games that work on the same system, or is it only the Mutant one based in the Year Zero system?
On the same system, yes. So Alien that Drut ran last week is based on the same system. Coriolis that Fish has run
Okay.
is based on the same system, and I'm pretty sure there's a third as well. Fish, I'm sure, can confirm because I can see Fish is in chat. So Fish
Did
knows
he
that
like
Fish's
he?
knowledge
I
of these
know
game
Fish.
systems is encyclopedic.
I know Fish talked about Coriolis a lot during
Yeah.
recent times in Discord, but did he manage to get to actually run the game?
So Fish ran it a while back for Shard, Drat, myself, and Mechiador. I think that was Coriolis.
Oh, okay,
Very, very
okay.
cool game. It was a fun little scenario that he ran, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it.
Yeah, because
So-
he talked about it like with the passion.
Yeah, it's and being this, I hadn't twigged up until Fish mentioned it that it was the same system as Mutant Year Zero, but having seen him comment since, it actually kind of makes sense. But Fish, if there's another system on top of Aliens, Mutant Year Zero, and Coriolis that uses the system, please do speak up. Because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking there is another one that I can't remember, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I will disappear now to take advantage of what's left of the break and go get a glass of water and smoke a cigarette. So be right back for real this time.
Alrighty. Mutant Year Zero is the original game with this system. There's also Coriolis. Oh, Twilight 2000. That was the other one, the forthcoming one. Yes, I've backed it. I should know, but yes. Oh, Tales from the Loop as well. Cool. Okay, so there's a few. For some reason, I thought Tales from the Loop was a different system. That's, if I remember rightly, Fish, Tales from the Loop is one that a lot of folks seem to be linking in a similar sort of feel to Stranger Things. If I remember rightly.
Correct.
Yay!
I played. Hello, I'm back. I just heard the last of that. I've played Tales from the Loop. It is very much Stranger Things, but more robots kind of ish. Like because you play as kids, you play like as 11-year-olds. I had a grand old time playing that with my friends. Because it was literally just there's something very special about role playing, calling your mother and asking you if you can play with your friends. As like a grown adult. But yeah, it's very much kids on bikes, and as Sean mentioned, and with also like a lot of like techno things, like there's robots that's just a normal part of the society, and like because Stranger Things are more supernatural, this is a lot more tech horror in a way.
Cool, I might have to have a look at that because I like this system. It seems fairly sort of low on mechanics
Yes,
and fairly straightforward.
It's very straightforward, very simple. I think it works very well for Mutant and for Tales from the Loop. I don't think it works super well for Coriolis. I think like Coriolis is a system that probably could use some more things going on. It does have the cool mechanics with like the dark points and whatnot. And I did have a very good time playing Coriolis the few times. I've played a lot of these Free League system. I don't know if you can notice.
I can't think why that might have been.
Yeah, weird. But yeah, I still really much want to play Vassum though, but I haven't been able to find someone that can run it for me. So
From watching Drut's run of Alien the other week, it seemed to work pretty well for that setting.
yeah, worked very well. Yeah, once again, it's a very simple system. And I do like the little changes they do in all of them to kind of make it fit the setting. With like the dark points in Coriolis, and you have lock points in Tales from the Loop, which decrease the more you age. So like as a young kid, you have and they very specifically in Tales from the Loop, you aren't you can't die. Like it's specifically in the system that you as a kid can't die. Terrible things can happen to you, but you can't die, and that's very cool as well. Yeah, it's a good system. We mainly just went around hitting things with rocks because we were children, and not telling our parents about the government conspiracy going on that we were slowly uncovering because we were worried they were going to be angry at us.
Nice.
Who's going to be angry at you?
Oh, we were talking about Tales from the Loop.
Yeah.
Ah.
So characters' parents being angry at them.
Aha.
Yeah.
Given that we have a Drut and a Phoenix back, I'm now going to take a comfort break.
Fair enough.
Okay, I returned.
Hello. Fishy.
Also, Felix, I heard what you were saying before, but I wasn't. I was on a break. I would love to DM that, so we should definitely talk about it at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure.
Because I said it in chat. I don't know if any of you saw it. I added Night for that. Like all the systems I played so far here with him plays are way simpler than D&D
Yes.
in terms of mechanics.
Yeah,
I played Dusk City Outlaws, which was really awesome, and this one seems awesome as well. But they seem way more simplistic than what D&D is mechanically, at least.
The thing is, like, D&D is like it's based on old war games like Warhammer and whatnot, which is very like it's a combat simulator with added story, which things
There's
like
a big campaign inspired by Warhammer in D&D 3.5, I guess. Or I don't know if it's migrated to 5e. But there was like a whole RPG set in the Warhammer universe using the D&D 3.5 rule set, and also there's a Warcraft RPG in there as well. So like there's a lot of
RPG.
I couldn't hear you.
There's
Right.
also a
Can you
Warhammer
repeat
RPG.
that, please?
We're also playing Warhammer. Knights run the Warhammer fantasy roleplay for us, the specific game for it.
Okay.
Set in the Empire.
I expressed at some point the idea of running a Warcraft RPG on here, but apparently people did not get behind that, so I sort of scrapped it.
There's always the idea of multi-GM, of course, which is something we've done in the past and is always nice, where you can have the same campaign running between multiple games masters, all doing their own threads. That works especially for episodic stuff.
I wouldn't mind that, honestly, as I built one like a type of campaign for what I run based in that universe, but I wouldn't mind sharing that with someone else. Like, it's pretty much a homebrew, so it's nothing really canon per se.
I'm trying to remember, Fish, have you actually got one of the 40k RPGs? Or have you just got the quick start? Or am I misremembering completely? Because I know we played it at one point, but I can't remember who owned the book. Yes, I am directly addressing chat. Deal with it.
Fish just said that at some point he would like to run one of the Warhammer RPGs as a one-shot just for giggles, so...
Yeah, that's the
love
40k ones, yeah. And yes, Knight, absolutely happy to go back to Middenheim. Oh, it's a squeaky thing.
I would like to join a Warhammer game as well, because Warhammer was one of the games I grew up with, pretty much.
Cool.
And that seems like a nice universe to set an RPG in.
It's a good game. It's generally, they're all... Certainly Warhammer Fantasy. I've only played like half a session of 40k as an RPG. But Warhammer Fantasy is a favourite system of mine. And favourite setting.
I'm going to try to jump that.
It is a
That
fun little
kitten
setting.
is just causing me all sorts of feels right now.
It's adorable.
Like,
Ridiculous.
he or she is... Okay. Okay. The kitty just went by.
What?
Rip kitty.
Right, that kitty just left images in the air as just went. That kitten did.
Press F to pay respects for kitty, please.
God, she really doesn't have the dexterity to do anything, and God, I love it.
How old is she?
She's like 11 weeks.
Yeah, to be fair, how agile
Oh,
were you
okay,
at
that
11
makes sense
weeks?
as to why.
Yeah, she's barely a cat. Anyway,
Barely a cat.
since I have all my
Barely a
players,
cat. Okay.
It's a catling.
let's head back to the game. Right,
do, the kitten is involved.
Reimer,
Yes.
you are watching. You're in the bar.
Mhm.
How? Because right now we're going a bit timey-wimey with the time. So far, I've kind of assumed everything takes place in like a day. How much do you spend? Like, because you have downtime now. Have your characters discussed anything about going out in the zone again? And how long?
I don't
How
think we have
until-
yet. We probably should think about that at some point. So I will have
Yes.
to catch up with Swan and ideally Gemmel and Moon.
And Moon, yes.
But of course, they're currently not here to speak
Yes,
their piece.
they
so
are so not appearing in this session. On the other hand, they are at least in chat.
Yes.
Very true, very true.
So Shard can attempt to disturb you from chat.
Yes. Also, Shard, if you'd like to do anything, feel free to write it and we can take it in short. Obviously, it's a lot harder.
Is anyone any good at ASCII art? Because I think we need some ASCII art for Mr. Moon's arms. Just even when he's only in chat, just to really, really disturb the GM enough to keep them completely off kilter.
I don't like this. I don't want to. Anyway, so how much, how... Let's start with you spending like an hour or two in the bar. What you kind of notice is like it's the usual thing. You've been in this bar before. Ilona comes and goes. Sometimes she's there, sometimes she does other things. Whenever she shows up, she always has Snaps with her, which is her crusher, her main bodyguard.
Sorry, what's his name?
Snaps.
As in he snaps people's bones.
Or as in the shot. Yeah.
I shall add the CH in the name on my notes then.
Yes. Snaps, I guess. I don't know how mutants would pronounce it. Snaps. Yeah.
Ooh, I like the idea of a harbour.
He's
Assuming that's what
the
you meant
big
to
crusher with like his head is so big that it's like the back part of his skull, it kind of is huge and hangs down and builds like an extra bulge in his neck. He doesn't only, it's like his brain has an extra muscle. It's weird. Real weird. But whenever she shows up, he's also there. Other than that, like generally you see Tech a lot. Also kind of like a very skinny guy that tends the bar and seems to be staying there. At some point because this is still the same day that you arrived at the Ark again.
You say Tech is the skinny guy who tends the bar.
Yes, correct. The bartender, if you will. You see him have like a hushed conversation with Alona at some point, and Alona darkens. She doesn't look angry, but her facial features darkens slightly. A couple of the other patrons you see still have like tears running down their eyes. Not quite sure why, but there seems to maybe something has gone on. And you also see another person that you recognize very well, which is you never got her name, but the mutant that you found out in the zone that had escaped from the Ark and that was basically part of a cult. She seems to be occasionally working behind the bar, occasionally cleaning tables, occasionally just sitting in the table at the corner, looking around very anxiously as if waiting for orders. Yeah, other than that, it's a mismatch of zone stalkers and like everyone in the Ark comes here to chat and sit around and join up. Some sit like there's like a larger collection of people that appears to be sitting and having some conversation. At some point, one of them breaks into song and is quickly dragged down by their companions and told to shut the fuck up because he sounds hoarse. Yeah, nothing too interesting going on today, but those are a few of the things that you notice.
Well, that's certainly enough for the minute. Information to be logged for future use.
Yeah, duly noted. Yeah, right.
So aside from that, all Reimer's plan is literally relaxation, taking in the information, and then at some point catching up with the rest of the crew, of his specific crew rather than the whole Arks crew.
Yeah. Right. I'm checking my notes because I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what I'm doing.
That's me all the time.
But yeah, this day comes to an end anyway. And that reminds me about rot points, because if I remember correctly, yes, both of you have 2 rot points.
Possibly, maybe.
1.
One.
Unless I missed one somewhere down the line.
You should get another one. Both of you should have 2. I might have forgot to mention it after last session.
Okay, gone up to 2.
Yeah, but you should have 2.
What you need to do is get Gemmel to basically debride you of rot. Which I think means he has to sit there and suck your fingers or something.
Ugh, like that. But yes, this day comes to an end, and that means every day that you after you've left a rot damaged area, a point leaves your body. But you also need to roll to see if it sticks.
Yikes.
Okay, what do we roll?
Because there's always a risk that the rot could stay and become permanent.
Oh, yay.
Yes, so why don't both of you roll a d6 for me, please? A single d6.
3.
Okay.
3.
3. Awesome. Both of you lose 1 rock point.
Yay. Oh, cool.
Cool. It's a brand new morning. Do any of you have anything special to do? Would you like to fast forward time a bit? What are you looking to do?
I'm now thinking in terms of playing with the map and working out where we found Joey and his charger.
Hmm.
On the grounds that if there's one set up there might be another one lurking around.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking that we need to go back out into the zone, and I will suggest that looks like a good direction. I may not tell them what I'm looking for.
Yeah, all right. Are you perhaps having a meeting then?
Yes.
Maybe just you and Raymer to begin with, because for some reason you only find Raymer. It's weird.
We could find everybody. It's just for some reason the others are distracted, and it takes a couple of
Yeah.
minutes. Unless Fish wants to hop it, unless Fish and Shard want to hop into Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it for maybe like morning tea or something. I don't know.
Oh yes, it's the apocalypse, and we all end up eating rotten cabbage.
Yeah.
But morning tea still happens. It's just
Of course.
what we call tea isn't tea.
It's a staple of society. Carry on.
Yes, you can tell this was largely British people
Yeah.
on the Ark, who somehow ended up in post-apocalyptic Sweden.
Weird.
Ha. Ouch. Sorry. It's very nice, but medicinal and hour.
You okay, Drop?
Yeah. Yeah, I just took a... It's quite expensive Glenfiddich.
Ah.
Which is very
yes,
nice, but
the
as
two
I
of
said,
you-
I have a card in my mouth.
The two of you meet up. What are you planning?
Right. I suppose I better clue them in. I think it might be an idea to head back to where we found Joey. And,
Why is that?
Well, I don't think we really did the area justice, you see. We sort of found him and then we legged it and we ran home.
Well, Rand's a bit of a.
Okay, strolled quickly.
There we go. Yeah, we wanted to get Joey back
Yeah. The thing is...
undamaged.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is, there might be all sorts of interesting things out where we found Joey. And that might be worth looking into. Unburdened, as it were, by a talkative little robot.
But don't we ask Joey what he saw out there?
He's very short-sighted. Unless it was dusty, I don't imagine he saw much. But that's not a terrible idea. So I think if we're planning another trip out soon, which I hope we are.
Yeah, me too. Could do with getting out of here again.
Yes, absolutely. That might be a good direction to head in, because we've already covered, by exploration, the immediate vicinity, and we don't need to go through that again.
And we ain't got to worry about the ghouls either.
Exactly. It's going to be an absolute day trip. Well, probably several day trips, but close enough. So I think that would be an idea.
Right.
It's really hard to roleplay seriously when occasionally it's just...
Yep.
Well, should we stroll up to...
Yes, she is one of the cats of Hint. Are you using this for your role-playing game? Yes, I will now come and sit on
Yeah. It is now food.
Well, if we're heading out, we've got to plan it properly. So we're going to need grub. we're gonna need
RPKT
water.
strikes again.
Okay, yeah, we need grub, we need water, and we need ammo.
Well, you need ammo.
Well, yeah. Good point. Yes, you have goose.
I've got goose and a bite, John. I'm sorted.
Yes, it's true. Can we buy grub? And if so, how much does it cost?
You can.
Or we could save ourselves a couple of bullets and get it out there.
There was that. I'm happy to, but I wasn't sure if you were being a bit restricted.
I've been hanging around you a lot long enough. I reckon I can do a good job.
Okay then. Fair enough. We shall live off the land. Excellent fun. At least I can tell whether or not it's off.
Yeah, so you can tell me whether I'm doing things right or not.
Exactly. And if it stinks a lot, then we don't eat it. Basically,
Sounds good to me.
it's fine. Right.
I'm down with that.
Yep.
So, we still need water. Well, kinda. Felix, I can't remember. Does Zone Chef also cover purifying water as well as derottifying food?
It does.
Oh, I forgot you had that now.
He got one of the best combos to achieve food in the zone. Back when I was actually playing Mutant, me and the other Zone Stalker in the group had one of those each. So I had Butcher and she had Zone Chef. Great team.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
if you put a bullet in its head, I can carve it up and cook it, and we should be fine.
Cool.
Like I said, it's one of Rama's things to want to be useful to the Zone Stalkers.
Yeah. I am thinking I could do with a knife because I'm fine at distance, and I'm fine at not being spotted. But I'm rotten if somebody decides to be unfriendly up front.
for future reference, water in the Ark at the moment costs half a bullet for one ration of water, and grub costs 3 for one ration because you're running low on grub in general.
Okay.
They're not because there is enough that you can get food, rationed food to people. Barely, you are scraping by, which is also why people are actually interested in this hunting party. Silence.
Silence, feline minion. Stop meowing.
Well, to be fair, cat. What were you expecting?
Your own tail on top of the bed.
Oh, look at that.
I'm dying.
That cat has never done anything wrong.
Dying.
Oh, it's the little flop into the next bit of the bed. Yeah, you're just doomed, really.
A scrap knife costs 1 bullet.
Okay, right. I am going to acquire myself a scrap knife.
Yeah.
Okay, Reimer, I've got 8 water.
Right.
And 5 grub.
Well, we shouldn't need to load ourselves down with quite so much. If we take it in case we can't find anything to
drink
out there.
Yeah.
By a river, for crying out loud. There's plenty of water that we can purify and drink. That's fine.
Yeah, this is it.
I can make that safe. But if we move away from the water, having
supplies is useful.
Yeah. Felix, how many gear slots does water take? Is it 2 per gear slot, or is it 1? Or
I believe it's 1 per.
I think it's 1 per.
Which is why we need to take the trolley with us, because I can carry.
No, wait, wasn't food?
Food is 4.
Yeah, food. I think water is the same as food. So it's 4 per.
Oh, that would be why I've got it broken out as 4s.
Okay.
Oh well. I knew there had to be a logical reason.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. For rations, grub or water counts as 1 thing.
Okay.
2 rations counts as a light thing, so only half a thing.
And is a scrap knife gear, or is that small and tiny items?
I'd say that's a gear. I'd say that still, because you need to have it holstered, so that still takes up 1 slot.
Right.
Okay. I definitely, in that case, will need us to take the trolley, because otherwise there ain't happening.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll get the details down on that. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, as I said, I can bring a total of 8 water to the party.
Yeah, I can bring 4, but we can save that for when we get away from the river, because up
Yeah.
until that point we can use what's in the river.
Well, I tell you what. How about we take 4 each, and that should cover us for
Yeah,
eventualities.
put the rest in your stash.
Yeah. The rest of my stash, booby trap things. Felix, can we talk about accessibility of armor?
Yes, you may. Of course. Accessibility of armor, it's also just like weapons. It's a
Okay.
thing that people have made
Yeah.
because they are scared and mutants occasionally kill each other, or the serum kills them. So armor is definitely a thing that exists. However, I need to check how and what is available because I don't actually know.
Good.
So I'm gonna find a book for it. I don't think this is the right book either. Where was that little handy thing that I just found? There we go. I can't find anything, but I'd say you're able to find heavier jackets, basically leather. Some of them reinforced with scrap metal and stuff like that. That would be, and you can also ask a gearhead to whip something up for you. Having been a post-apocalyptic LARPer, it's not super hard to attach metal to clothes.
No.
You can do it fairly easily and kind of comfortable as well. So there's definitely armor available. Price varies depending on how much you want to protect.
Okay. Anyway, one time. Right. Oh, armor is ablative. Okay. Huh. So armor does go away as you take damage.
Yes.
The simple answer there is don't take damage.
Yeah. The thing with armor, how it works is that if you get hit and you're wearing armor, basically the armor removes, depending on how good it is, it removes 1 point of the damage you take. If it's trauma, only physical. But you need to roll, and if you roll under a certain thing, it breaks. So every time you get hit, you get to roll, and it breaks, and it has a certain point, and that goes down.
Okay, yeah, maybe not.
I think it's only on once though that it breaks.
Yeah.
Because it's basically like a thing that you just use.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we going? Yeah. Maybe not. I think, to be honest, it's not worth it for the amount it's going to cost me. I think I'm better off literally going with the get my arse out of the way option.
It's worked so far.
Yeah.
I said, don't get hit.
Yeah. Actually, what's worked so far is shooting at things from a long way away.
Yeah. Use Reimer and Mr. Moon as meat shields.
Out of arm's reach. Which works.
Okay. My soul literally just cringed at that reference, but it's okay. With the arms reference, considering one of the character has a lot of arms in
okay, yeah.
not
enough.
so regular places.
Yes. More irregular places if they go for a walk, of course. Because they can crawl around on his face.
Okay.
Now Felix just cringed. I could
didn't
see
happen.
him visibly cringe there.
Well, I'm keeping up my end. Well, actually, I'm keeping up Shard's end.
Right. Sorry to talk about the thing. The armor, because I did it. I said it incorrectly. It has armor value. You roll the amount of when you take damage. You roll the amount of armor value, and for every 6, the damage goes down by 1.
Oh,
The damage you were to receive goes down by 1. So you basically reduce damage. If any part of the damage goes through the armor, for example, if you take 4 damage and you only remove 3 of them, you the armor value of the armor can go down as well.
Okay.
But that's only if you roll once on the dice as well.
Okie dokie.
Yes. Yep, basically, and you can only carry 1 armor at a time. So yeah, to reiterate, to make sure that I got it correctly as well, when you get hit, you can roll your armor value to absorb some of the damage. If, for example, you have an armor with an armor value of 2, you roll 2 d6s. If you roll 2 6s and you were to take 2 damage, you don't take any damage. If you roll a 6 and a 1 and you were to take 2 damage, you only take 1 damage, but the armor value of the armor goes down by 1. Because you rolled a 6 and a 1.
Yeah.
If you roll 2 5s, you take 2 damage, and the armor is fine.
Fair.
That's the way armor works. You can get like fairly simple armor with armor value of 1 for 4 bullets, sorry.
Yeah. Right.
But it's basically just like a reinforced leather coat.
Yeah. It might look quite cool, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leaving you two behind for a bit, Alex, Sage, are you doing anything special this wonderful Zone morning, or?
Well, I'm going out to find Nims,
Nim.
who hasn't returned yet, which makes me worried a bit.
It's still early morning, but you head outside and you head outside the Ark. Roll me a scout. Let me bring up your character sheet and I can help you with how much you need to roll for that.
Okay, you need to tell me what I have to roll though, because...
Yes, I'm working on it. Right, you need to roll your wits, which are 3 yellow dice, and your scout, which you have nothing in. So it's only 3 yellow dice.
Alright, 1 second. I got 4, 2, and 2. So I think no successes.
No successes, correct.
But I would try and push this.
Okay.
To see if I can manage to get a success.
Go ahead.
Which I got.
Oh, yeah.
On the push.
Did you get any ones?
No, I got a 3, a success hit, and a 4.
Okay, awesome.
So no damage for me, I guess.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Okay.
You're fine. You start heading around the Ark. Actually, when you go to leave, you leave through the Zone Stalker room and you see Brog, one of the mutants, sitting down in a chair. He's wearing like a gray jacket and some pants that are ripped. There's a bunch of blood on his back that appears to be dried a long time ago. Not a long time ago. There seems to be some dried blood on his jacket. Nothing out of the ordinary. He got black eyes. But he kind of just looks at you when you're heading out. You're heading out? Or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm heading out. But I don't think that's your business that much.
Okay, no, you're right. Listen, I'm trying to organize who goes out where in the zone, just to make sure that we're kind of covering our bases and making sure that, for the sake of the arc.
Okay.
Are you going far? Do you know where you're going?
I'm not going that far.
Okay. Well, if you find anything interesting, like related to the rest of the zone, let me know, and I'll write on the map so other zone suckers can know. Are you going alone?
Well, I probably won't if you'd join me, but if you're not planning on joining me, then yeah, I go alone.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not joining anyone for a while.
Are
good luck.
you interested in something particular that you are looking for?
No, I'm just trying to organize who goes where. Like I said,
Okay.
just make
Because you asked me to look out for things, so I thought you might
Yeah,
be
like if you see
interested in getting something.
yeah, like a landmark. A couple of people got back a few days, like got back yesterday, mentioning like a nest of ghouls they'd killed. Like that's good information, just for like other Soul Soccer. So make sure more people come back. I
You
guess.
say they killed. You say they killed the nest of ghouls now.
Yeah, that's what to say. It's
Hmm. Hmm.
the swan. The little one with the gun. Very polite. Don't fuck
little
with her.
one with the
Yeah,
gun.
that's the thing, though. I don't know them, but I would love to meet them. It's no small feat to kill a nest of ghouls.
Yeah, I mean, there's also
And I'd be
Mr.
looking
Moon.
for people to get out to form a hunting party, and those two you mentioned seem rather capable of such.
Yeah, like Raymo was with him as well, and he mentioned that he's probably going to head out soon as well. So if you're looking to go out to the zone, I recommend going with them.
Right
Raymo,
now,
he's the one with the dog. The little thing
oh,
that
I know that
yells.
guy. I know that guy. He's rather interesting. I dare say, and that dog is just. Let's just say it's giving me hell.
Yep.
But anyways,
Yeah. Also, Mr. Moon was with them.
the arm guy.
medic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, the guy with many arms. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know his name was Moon,
No, it is.
but word goes around that he knows a few tricks. He has a few tricks up his sleeve.
His
Yeah,
name,
People
like
do be talking in the art.
his name is Mr. Moon, not Mr. Moon.
yeah,
Mr. Moon.
Mr. Moon.
Oh, okay,
That's his first name.
okay,
His first name is
Mr.
Mr.
Moon.
There's no such thing as title in this
No,
world.
his name is actually Mr. Moon. Not.
Yeah, okay. I thought Mr. is actually a courtesy title, so
Nope.
It is
I
for
use
normal
it.
people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would
like
it okay? Out of character question, real quick. Would it be a problem if I call him Moon going forward?
sorry, can you
Just
repeat that?
will it be a problem if I call Shard's character Moon going forward? Because
No.
it's confusing as all heck for me right now.
I don't
So
think
I
it's
will
an
go
issue.
with Moon until I get used to all the names
Possibly
and
safer
naming
to go.
conventions.
Possibly safer to go with Mister. That's actually the first half of his name.
Yeah, but that's the part that actually confuses me. So I'll try to avoid it. Because I tend to use Mister as its intended use in English, as a title, not as a name, and it feels so off using it as a name.
Welcome to Mutant. Most of the characters are named either after alcohol or cars.
I don't
my
mind
NPCs.
any of those though, but a character that is called Mister, I mean not called, named Mister, is something that flies a bit over my head.
Mhm.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Back to in-character discussion.
It is supposed to be weird, even for this setting.
Yeah, I
It is
know,
designed to be weird.
but it's like just let me get accommodated to it a bit,
Okay.
and I will be fine if I go forward with this.
Yeah, Shard's fine with Moon, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you ever if you ever find yourself like shot or stabbed or anything, go find him, and he's actually a pretty nice guy.
Stitches your wounds with his little face fingers.
Oh, stop.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I still think he needs to go little face finger eyes. Just under the tips of his little face fingers.
What, with like a mouth in the palm of his
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Ah.
So you do that, you've got eyes and a mouth.
Jeebus. Okay, I'm
They
gonna
stop
fly
coming,
away.
Don't stop coming, and then don't stop coming.
Oh.
Save me from a terrible mood. I'm terrible.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cheating. Bringing the kitten into play is cheating.
Okay.
Well, Let me get a Sharpie and I'll draw it on my hand for you.
Oh yes, the kitten gives absolutely
She's
no.
disappointed in you.
So cute.
Oh come on.
So
The
so
kitty
cute.
DM.
Oh come on. Now, how are we supposed to compete with that?
You don't.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
No. Oh, you put the map there.
Show him the booty. Kitty, show him the booty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, getting back to
Yes.
our
Meanwhile,
scheduled
back at the
game.
plot.
Yeah. Both of them live on the car deck. Yeah. That's
Do
probably
you
the best way to find them.
do you know anything about their homes where I can find them?
Yeah, they live on the car deck. No, wait, he wouldn't call it car deck. They live in the, when most other people live. He gestures vaguely in the direction of where you came from.
Hmm.
I may be drawing.
Okay, I will look
Yeah.
into
You
that.
could probably ask
when I
around. There's
return.
probably someone that can point in the right direction, if nothing else.
Okay. Then I'll keep a lookout for whatever as I might find out there. But I will bid farewell to you now, for now at least.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, do you head out? Do you head out in stone, or do you head back into the ark?
Well, I was heading out to find Mim, so I'm heading out in the
Okay.
vicinity of the ark to search for them.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you head out. You did get one success. Sorry, we're jumping back and forth in time a little, but I realized.
Yeah, I did got one
Yes.
one success indeed.
Yeah, exactly. So you head out into your arc and you start. Stop! Jesus fucking Christ! That's a really good. That's a really good mouth, actually. That's a
That's
really
not
good.
bad,
mouth.
is it? I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah,
really good.
I'm happy, but that's a cursed image in my brain. now.
Yeah,
Yep.
terrible. Yes. So you head out and you start doing like a perimeter. Like you know what.
Okay, could you repeat the first part of the sentence?
Yes.
Because I lost that somehow, like totally lost it.
You start heading out and you start doing a perimeter basically around the arc. You know kind of where Mim would have gone. You kind of know where she would have like how she would think basically. Like you both you've grown up together. And you start heading around, and after a little bit you spot you spot her. She appears to be walking back in the direction of the arc. She seems to be walking towards you.
Okay.
And you meet up, and she just nods and morning.
Good morning. You took your time now. What happened out there? I was worried.
Yeah, no, sorry. Not much to be honest. Like I found a couple of tracks, like blood. Like seemed old, not really fresh, but
Okay.
so I followed that for a bit, and I think I know where it leads to, but I'm not sure, so I decided to head back instead. I waited outside for a bit to see if anything were to move, if like there's any I kept my distance, and yeah, I didn't see anything, so figured it was getting early, so I might as well head back again.
Okay, could you point where that was? I'm really curious. And do you have any clue what it might be there? Would it be worth to clear it up and just see what we can scavenge?
Like, I'm not sure if there's not much to scavenge. Like, we're still pretty close to the Ark, and as you know, most things have already been claimed here that's been of use. But like, I find a couple of, like a stack of these four-wheeled things. It's just a big pile of them. I didn't get closer. And yeah, I kind of stopped and watched, and I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything leave or move around it. So I mean, I don't know if it's anything, but that's where the blood was headed to. So like in that direction, I didn't want to go further away. So
Okay, that makes sense, but that means that we should get to talk with Chance and Sorrow as soon as possible to see whether or not we should venture out and clear that, or
yeah, I mean, it is. We're kind of leaving the Ark. I'm thinking maybe it's better if we can ask a Stone Stalker for help or something.
well, speaking of, I
Yeah.
might have found some news that would concern us.
Okay.
The guy at the gate that okay.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, but he said that some folks in the Ark are heading out for a hunting party. So I think
Okay.
if we don't go out to clear this den of sorts, then we could go and find them and see if they need any sort of protection for their hunting.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's kind of what we do.
Yeah, and that's why I think, regardless, we should get back to the Ark and
I need
have
to.
a chat with Sorrow and Chance and
Yeah.
see how we proceed with this.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. I'm real tired.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we can ask one of the others to. I mean, maybe not go as far as I did, but just kind of stay here outside for a bit and see if anything else moves.
Well, I think that can be done, and I think Chance can do it. And in the meantime, while you rest up, I'm gonna see if I can find those that the gatekeeper spoke about, because I'm interested in seeing what they might have to say and what they might need for their going out in the zone.
Yeah.
Aleph.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, great idea. I'll go to bed.
Run
for your lives!
Okay.
The Romans are in...
And she starts walking
Rest
towards the
well.
Ark. You notice as well that she's a little bit greener
that?
than she was yesterday.
His name.
Like her dark green hair is a
Alba.
little bit
Run for your
more
lives! The French are invading!
like light green. And the skin is also, instead of that yellowish green, it's slightly
Run
more
for your lives!
Sun-
The British are invading us!
than yellow.
1, 2,
But you head back inside,
3,
I assume.
4,
Or
5.
Run for your lives!
Yeah, I'm heading inside and first trying to look for. Okay, can someone write the name of the characters in chat? Because I might have forgot to write them down.
of course.
Sorry, like.
Yeah, I'll let the players do that.
So I will first go try and find Reimer.
Okay.
Reimer and talk to him before I get to anything else.
Yeah. All right.
So
Right. I'm gonna cut away from you briefly. Raymore and Swan.
Uh-huh.
Where were you having your chat? Were you in?
Not in the bar.
I could imagine so. I'm assuming in one of you guys' den, or
Well, my
Mine's
den's a
probably the larger of the two,
Yeah,
given that
you've got the dog.
I think, if I remember rightly, I've got a Volkswagen camper van kind of thing.
Yes.
sure, yeah.
You've got a Volkswagen camper van. If I recall correctly, the doctor has his own cabin.
He has an ambulance.
He has the ambulance. That was it. And I've got a VW Beetle.
Yes.
So apparently this stream is sponsored by VW. It isn't sponsored by VW.
I was this close to using one of the names on my list. It's literally just W, but I didn't.
What with their best friend V?
Yeah, I mean, their first name would be double, and their last name would be U. Obviously.
Okay. Fair enough.
W. Okay.
It's gonna come up at some point. I'm going to add it at some point. It's on my list. But yes, stop eating the cable. You.
I'm not eating your cable, I promise.
Gee. Okay.
Yes. Right. You start asking around. Sorry. I'm jumping back and forth between my players. Because this is taking place sort of in the same thing. So I'm going to assume...
Should we smash cut to him finding us? Because
Yes,
we're not going to be that difficult to
I
find.
was trying to do that, but I was struggling with my words.
Yeah,
as
no,
generally
I
tend
could
to do.
see that's where you were headed, but you were taking all the pretty routes to get there.
Yes.
So no.
You ask around, Sage, and after a while you find yourself in front of a camper van.
With the dog outside, presumably.
Probably barking away if someone's just turned up.
Yeah. There's a dog barking at your feet.
Okay.
What's up, Goose?
Don't kick the dog. For God's sake, don't kick the dog.
I'll step outside and see what's bothering Goose. Give us a sec, Swan.
Oh.
Won't take a minute, I'm sure.
You found Sage.
Hello.
Hello. I think I've got the right place now, do I? You should be Reimer.
Well, you found Reimer. Whether it's the right
Oh.
place or not is a different matter entirely, but you found Reimer and Goose.
Okay then.
Don't forget Goose.
Yeah, I won't forget Goose. That little thing has been yapping at my feet for the past 5 minutes, so hard to forget him.
Well, you best thank your lucky stars she's a well-trained guard dog and wasn't eating your feet. What can we do you for?
Well, people have been talking that you plan on heading out into the zone for hunting.
And
Well,
poking
so
those
I-
out.
Heading out in the zone's what we do.
Yes.
Well,
Did you need something?
I was wondering whether you could use another hand on deck for that. Maybe not one hand, but a few more. So
Too many
Well-
hands makes things very, very complex.
Yes.
yes, but I think you would need protection at some point. The zone is rather wild, so
I'm leaning out around Reimer.
I'll
because
let
I'm
you take
half
this one,
round-
Swan.
Yeah, because I'm half Reimer size and the Zone Stalker. Well, you see, when it comes to travelling in the zone, you really do need to be travelling fairly light. And organising some kind of marching party, well, we do already have several people. However, if you wish to come along on the day trip or something, we could find a use for you. You could certainly make yourself useful. And you never know, you might find something profitable out there. Can I have a
I think
manipulation
so,
check if he's looking dodgy? If they are looking dodgy, I'll get there eventually.
That makes sense.
Yes, I think this
think-
is the thing, Sheld. We've already got quite a lot of hands. And it's hard enough keeping
Okay.
track of hands, especially if hands start wandering.
Stop. I'm
Okay.
being you.
I'm just
Sorry.
waiting for Shard to help out in the kitchen area, because then it'd be hands that do dishes.
Stop.
Come on. Come
Hands
on.
that can do dishes. Hands that do dishes can be soft on your face.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's armed and ready.
I was leaving that to hang, and you went and just filled it right in.
I know. Well, there are enough people who maybe don't have familiarity
They're
with
ready.
English language adverts from the 1980s.
I realize I just asked for that, so I'm gonna take it like a champ and shut up.
Yes, yes, and indeed, many hands can only do light work. However, we are going to be heading out soon. So yes, you certainly you're quite strong. How are you at towing?
Or carrying. Let's face it. If we don't have to tow
Exactly.
the thing, load this
So
one
you
up.
want
and,
to make me the pack mule of the bunch? Okay, I
you
see
look like you're
that.
built for it.
Well, one, you do look like that would be an area of speciality, and two, we wouldn't therefore charge you for your passage.
Hmm.
The zone isn't quite as friendly as the stuff directly outside the door. Let's be honest. There are all sorts of things, people, things that
Mostly
pretty
things.
much, yes, that do pretty much want to eat you, melt you, dissolve you, stab you in the night, feed you to
I
their
might
offspring.
have a bit of knowledge of the zone, mind you,
Ah.
so
Well, I
That's-
mean, if you're okay on your
there's-
own, then fine. But otherwise, yeah, you're welcome to come along with us.
and you know what? Maybe being a pack mule for this time won't be that,
It's not a pack mule, though.
Hard
Exactly.
on
We
me.
have a trailer.
because I can bring some friends that could help us with carrying
No.
power.
You're not getting this.
If not,
Small
then I
teams.
will do it myself. Okay,
Small
small
teams.
teams it
Yes.
is.
You don't
then.
bring friends.
I'm not gonna do it.
I-
Do
The
it
more
then.
people we got out there walking around, the more feet there are for people to hear things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Things out in the zone tend to have very good hearing. And the more noise they make, well, the more likely they are to come and find you.
Yeah.
Gemma ambles past and just snorts wordlessly at the idea of anyone claiming to know the zone at all. Someone smell burning. What's going on? Okay. Yes. So yeah. In the morning.
It is morning currently, by the way.
It is currently morning. In that case, well, you must gather your party before venturing forth.
At dawn we venture.
Well,
Okay.
It is dawn. At dusk we venture.
I tell you what. How about we scare up Mr. Moon and take it from there? And
Maybe
head
see if
out.
Gemma wants to come and all.
Maybe see if Gemma wants to come as well. Yes, 2 stalkers are better than 1. I've heard so.
Let's
So-
face it, the two you make a good team. You did last time. Sorry.
Go for
Venturing into the wrong character there.
Yes, go for the eyes, Goose. Go for the eyes. Oh my god.
You did last time.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Since we're now bringing it round to sort of final equipping, we're pretty much sorted. Sort yourself out food and water, grub and water for probably
for a
a
good
couple
couple
of
days.
days. Yes.
Yeah.
We'd probably be able to forage off the land, but it's always good to have enough for emergency supplies. For yourself.
I think I got that covered. So
Good. In that case, yes, we're just.
I'll just have to pack it up and I'm ready to head out.
Okay, you go get packed.
Good to know.
We could travel overnight through the immediate ones. You know, we've done those. Shouldn't
you
be too
think-
Oh, yeah,
dangerous.
traveling around the Ark, in the vicinity of the Ark, is pretty safe at night. But
Oh, we ain't
If
we
we-
ain't talking about in the vicinity of the Ark.
No, we're
We're
talking.
We
talking
have to
about a
pass
good
that
few miles.
area. Yes, I picked that up from your discourse earlier. But what I was saying is that we can set forth as soon as possible, so that by, let's say, come tomorrow, we are outside the near vicinity of the arc and heading into the zone, actually, not rummaging around the arc. As you already said, you don't do that.
No. Well, if nothing else, you can't really forage around the ark because all the good stuff's gone.
Exactly.
It's all been taken, unfortunately. So, how about we go find Mr. Moon, you go pack your stuff up, and we'll meet you outside the ark in, say, 2 hours' time. Okay?
Well, then, that's fine by me indeed. So
Excellent.
I'll see you in 2 hours at the entrance gate of the arc.
Yes. That would be the gate
Yep.
that's there because we put one point into warfare.
There's no points in warfare yet.
Oh,
because,
God, no.
Yeah.
No,
That's
we haven't got a
it.
watchtower yet.
Yeah.
All around the watched. Sorry.
Okay.
Right. You begin prepping for another zone venture. Gathering your supplies and planning to meet in 2 hours. And I think I'm going to start ending the session here because it is getting late and this also means that we start next section in the arc, which means you have an opportunity to work on your projects next week as well. Next time.
Yeah, we
Guys,
can do.
if we're only there for 2 hours, is that really viable to work on the projects?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's not necessarily your characters. It's
It's project management, yes.
Like, for example, Knight, my character has a group of people around that can do tasks for them. So, like, I can work on a project without personally being there, if that makes sense.
You still roll with your skill, and it can easily be a thing of I did this yesterday. Like,
We can figure that out. Indeed.
if you only like the only time I'll say no, you can't work on a project is if you're only there for 10 minutes and then leaving. But like in general, like it's fine.
Okay. So
Okay, before wrapping this up and before
start of next session, then we have the third party activities going on in the arc, and then we can jump cut straight to the first zone past outside that we've already explored. Seem reasonable?
Yeah, for me at least. Yeah.
I'll have some things, but yes, I have some things. But yes, yeah, we'll
having
do...
spent those 2 hours previously, we don't necessarily.
Oh yeah. You don't need to do the prepping again, but you will head out into the zone.
Yeah.
Brog might want to have a quick chat with you, but that's between me and Brog. So
that's between you and your Brog.
2 hours to prep, and largely we're Swan and I are pretty much prepped. Does that give us 2 hours of our time to do something else?
Yes.
Excellent.
But we'll take the next session as long with all of Mr. Moon stuff. And yes, Sean is very correct. It's time for the death die.
Oh no.
It's time to figure out how many people of the Ark has fallen victim to death over the past 24 hours. Alex, as our new player, would you like to roll me a single d6 and tell me what it is?
Alex killed people.
Okay, wait 1 second and I can roll you a
Of course.
dice.
But
in the meantime, I want to ask something that is universe related but not current game related. Is there any okay, the roll is 4. First of all, because
Yikes.
But the thing is, are there any other arcs in this setting, or this is the only one left?
Not that your character is aware of. As far as your character know, you've gone up on the Ark, and the Ark is the only thing that exists.
No, I'm asking that that this is a bit meta knowledge, but you mentioned warfare, so for warfare there is need of another faction to war with.
I mean, warfare in general. I've complained about this before. It's badly translated. In Swedish, it's just called defense.
Defense is more accurate by the sounds of it.
Yeah. It's basically just how well equipped your arc is to deal with.
Defense. Yeah. Okay. That's.
Yeah, so
Okay, that makes a bit more sense because, as I said, warfare necessitates having another faction to war against.
Yes.
That's why brought up this question.
Yeah, this is more defense against animals, defense against
that makes
even
a bit
worse
more sense in the
mutators
setting.
than us.
Yeah. And to be brutally fair, the Nest of Ghouls had a defense of 0 or a warfare of 0 because we absolutely massacred them.
Yeah.
And that was a very brief war.
Correct. But this means you're with that roll of 4. Oops, sorry. With that roll of 4, you are down to 217 inhabitants of the Ark.
Yikes!
We're beginning to reach the 200s. Ooh.
It's fine.
Okay, I rolled 4d6 rolls in a row. Every one of them was greater than 3.
Yikes.
So I have lucky rolls, but not for this die. That die.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We're going to do a bit of admin off stream, just talking about experience, because I don't think that's super intriguing for the audience to see.
Fair enough.
I'm wrong, tell me, and we can have the discussions about experience on stream. Last time we did it off stream, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did, yeah.
If chat wants to argue with me, say your word now or forever hold your peace. Giving it a time for the delay to catch up as I pull my map.
I will put in that if you wish to support the stream, you don't have to. We're here for free anyway, but we do appreciate it if you can. And there's a link in chat for that, since we can't do subs and such.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
My cat is making noise, but I can't see her.
Oh, that's not dangerous at all.
No, there is no XP for terrifying the DM. Thank fuck.
Okay.
Right. So, and if
Yes.
people have opinions about it, whether or not we should take experience in the future, we can take that on Discord or whatever.
Okay.
And if nothing else, we'll just do that. We managed to get the party together. It took 3 hours, but we got there.
Yep.
I honestly thought of doing that earlier, but I was like, well, how about let me just get accommodated a bit, then dive head first into annoying the other characters.
Yeah, no, it worked very well, I think, and it felt organic. So that was all good. Cool.
Okay. Who's live?
Right, thank you all for watching.
Just out of curiosity, does anyone know if anyone we know is live?
Sorry if...
Anyone we know is live. Let me take a look.
Yeah, because I've only got one window open at the moment.
Yeah.
I cannot help you with that.
Neo's live.
Okay.
Let's see who else is live. I've got a big long list of people I follow. But of those,
But if
Neo
you
is
want
the
a
friendliest.
target-
Or
Okay.
the closest
You already
friend.
got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can shoot you over to Neo, or I can shoot you over to MacGuffin and Co., who are playing board games online, or a board game, this evening, which are the people I work for, or sort of temporarily, occasionally, people I mod for. But I
Well,
think,
Quantum Leopard sounds interesting.
okay, MacGuffin and Co. are doing the jigsaw. This'll worry it. I think I'm going to shoot us over to them.
That was some good jigsaw.
See if I remember that. That's not how you spell that, Drop. That's how you spell that. Right, okay, so thank you very much, Felix, for dragging us by the hair through that session, as we all determinedly did our own thing. and we are all going to be in the same place, moving in the same direction, and all in the same screen.
Yeah,
Indeed.
So yes.
love that.
So
Felix, stop killing me, please.
okay, and yes, there's a tail. Okay, right. Thank you for the good kitten action, and thank you very much. So good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Right.
Good night, people. Oh,
And raid engaged. Go say hi.
Awesome.